welcome back to The Big Picture. It is time to kick off some summer fun.
So ready.
Zoombezi Bay opens tomorrow, and we have the VP of Zoombezi Bay and Columbus Zoo Operations, Anthony Sabo, joining us live. Thank you so much for being with us. Okay, did you call up the meteorologists and order specifically some improved temperatures to open the water park?
I wish I had that kind of power for sure. But hey, it's warming up, right? So we got 80s on the horizon. It's starting to feel like summer again. And we most certainly are excited for that here at Zoombezi Bay.
Tell us what is new this year.
So we have the first full season for Conservation Tower. So our brand new water slides that debuted in 2025, which are now award-winning water slides. They were two world's first water slides that we installed last year, including the Hive, which the very first of its kind in the entire world. Captina Falls, also the first of its kind in the entire world. And Muscle Mayhem, which was a Midwest exclusive, and it still is a Midwest exclusive. Those attractions won some awards this off-season. So if you haven't had the chance to come out to Zoombezi Bay to check these out, you have to come out here in 2026 and see what we have.
Okay, the Hive, I rode that one last year with my son, and it blew my mind. And then the other one where you can race another person on the water slide, and you can see who reaches the bottom. It's so much fun, and that is exciting to have the full season with these new slides. Yeah. So tell us now, because a lot of people are looking for ways to save. We want to potentially stay closer to home if we can for some of the fun out there, and you guys have $5 days. Tell us how that works.
So we are debuting this in 2026 as well. A really fun and exciting way to kick off the season. So it'll start tomorrow, May 16th, and it'll run through June the 7th. So we have different $5 deals that are running currently. If you purchase a regular priced adult ticket online, you can get a child ticket for only $5. So that's for ages 3 to 9, and it's a 1-to-1 ratio. So if you buy 4 adult tickets, you can get 4 child tickets for $5. Once you're in the park, we have $5 happy hour running from 2 to 5 every single day. So there's some different food options, some different drink options that'll be running for that. We also have some different retail options and discounts running throughout the park during $5 days. Summer's kicking off, school's letting out. What better way to start the year than coming out during $5 days?
And I think one of my favorite parts about Zoombezi Bay is that it is connected to the zoo. And with that connection being there, there is that tie that helps the zoo's mission of protecting animals and continuing this wonderful effort of empowering people, but also that mission of conservation. Tell us how that connection between Zoombezi Bay and the zoo really kind of works hand in hand.
It's so unique, right? So especially when you talk about water parks, amusement parks, that industry, you don't really have anything quite like this out there. We are the only water park that's owned and operated by a zoological park, and that financially supports and just helps overall support a zoo. So since Zoombezi Bay opened back in 2008, Zoombezi is every single year helps to financially support the zoo through portion of the ticket revenue from Zoombezi Bay goes back to the zoo to help support operations. But a few years ago, we really decided, we wanted to be more than that, and we want to really double down on amplifying the message, the great conservation message of the zoo. Zoombezi, attracts very similar demographics to the zoo, but not always the same demographics. So we have an opportunity here to tap into, people that aren't necessarily going over to the zoo and just coming to the water park, but get to tell that great story that the zoo has. Conservation Tower last year was really the first big effort we made in this direction. So all 3 of those water slides on Conservation Tower are named after Ohio-based conservation efforts. So we have hellbender salamanders, our freshwater mussels, and our pollinator gardens. And we have signage and messaging down at Conservation Tower that's telling that story, and it's really tying the 2 properties together. When I got off, when I was down at the slides late last summer, some teenagers got off the ride, and I was just happened to be standing there, and they asked me, "So why is it called Conservation Tower?" And that was it, right? That was the moment to say, yes, we're making an impact, to get to now tell the story and really share all the great things that the zoo is doing.
That's excellent. Anthony Sabo, we really appreciate your time, especially as things wind up for the opening day. So Zoombezi Bay opens tomorrow for the very first day of the summer. Anthony, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you. Have a great day.